exercise can I do to get rid of belly fat? But it's not that simple. There's no exercise that will spot reduce fat. The way our bodies store fat is dictated by our hormone balances. That's why you often hear she's pear-shaped or she's an apple. And men are always apples unless they have a hormone imbalance. So if we can't spot reduce fat, what can we do? We have to reduce body fat overall. But there's no magic pill or food or exercise. The most effective thing we can do is to live a healthy lifestyle. And I share some of my simple, effective lifestyle habits in my weight loss tip videos, and I will link those for you here. But in today's video, I want to talk about eating a healthy diet. And if you are constantly on a diet, then I suggest you ditch the diets. They can be effective short term, but as soon as you revert to your normal, the weight piles back on. And if you're going through the menopause like I am, and you've developed some unhealthy eating habits over the years, then it can be harder to lose weight, but it is possible if you are committed to make changes. And healthy eating isn't just about the quantity of food you're eating, it's also about the quality of the foods and the nutrients that you're getting from your foods. But you don't have to be perfect and eliminate everything that you love. When I first started my healthy eating for life, I was told to adopt the 80-20 rule. So I based my diet on healthy, nutritious whole foods, knowing that I could still have some of my favourite foods when I wanted to. But I have to say now, I love my healthy foods so much that I very rarely crave anything else. Sometimes I will treat myself, and more often than not that will be to my favourite cake or chocolate or pudding, but I always choose something I really love and then I sit down and eat it so I can savour and enjoy every minute of it. And healthy eating isn't boring, and I'm going to show you some really delicious recipes at the end of the video. Oh, sorry, I had to stop recording for a minute because Leo came to ask me for his food. So if your current eating habits aren't the best, here's a few things you can try. And if you stick to these, you will start to feel better and have more energy, and maybe lose some fat and start to see a flatter tummy in the process. And if these inspire you, then do go and take a look at my other weight loss tip videos where I share more healthy eating tips for you. Okay, so on to my first tip for today, and that is to drink more water. And I know this is something I talk about a lot, that drinking more water has so many benefits. It's so good for you. It's good for your body, your skin, your energy levels, your metabolism, and it fills you up too. So it can be a really good weight loss tool. So have a drink of water first thing in the morning before you have anything else to eat or drink. And then if you feel hungry throughout the day, always have a drink of water in case it's just that you're thirsty. And before you eat any meal, also have a drink of water because it fills you up and stops you from overeating. So tip number 2. So be more aware of what is in the processed foods that you buy and reduce the amount of highly processed foods that you eat, because they are addictive and they will make you overeat. So when you buy processed foods, I want you to look at the label on the back, not just the one at the front, because they can be very misleading. And the label on the back will list the ingredients that are in that product. So have a look at those, and you will often see that the first ingredient is sugar. And food manufacturers put the ingredient that they've used the most of in that product first. So I like to see some whole foods in the first 3 ingredients listed, and if there's more than 7 ingredients, then it normally means it is a highly processed food. And food manufacturers also like to use words that are misleading, like low fat, because low fat will mean that to make it low fat, they've taken out fat but they've replaced it with extra sugar. So it isn't as healthy as it sounds. Thanks to one of my Instagram followers, Kathy, I have now found a healthier alternative to the almond milk that I've been drinking. So I have been using the Alpro almond unsweetened milk. And I just want to have a look at the ingredients. So the first one is water. Okay, so that's good. But then it only has 2.3% of almonds and then stabilisers. It has lecithin, which is what stops the ingredients from separating. This one has sunflower lecithin, which I do understand is better for us than the often used soy lecithin. Instead of this, I'm going to start using Plenish. This organic almond milk has filtered water as the first ingredient, then it's got 6% almonds and a little sea salt, so it just has 3 ingredients, no stabilisers. This is so much better for me. And following on from that, tip number 3 is to reduce the amount of takeaways that you eat. I read a stat recently that said food that you eat in a restaurant has 60% more calories than the food that you prepare at home. So now is a really good time to start eating in a more balanced way. And my next tip is to eat more vegetables. They're so good for you. They're full of nutrients that your body needs, and they fill you up without being high in calories. I have a rule that I try not to eat any meal that is just brown and white in colour. And the last tip I want to give you today is to become more aware of what you're eating. We often eat on autopilot without even realising that we're eating leftovers off the kids' plate, or licking the spoon, or we've eaten half a packet of biscuits before we realise what's happened. And even if these calories are healthy, they still add up. And some healthy foods are really high in calories, like my favourite, which is peanut butter. So slow down and become more aware of some of the habits you may not even realise you have. But what if you are ready to commit to eating a healthy way for life? Unfortunately, I don't have a plan that you can follow at the moment, but I have discovered a brilliant book. It's called The Youth Plan, and it's by a lady called Kathryn Danzey. And it's a book about looking and feeling younger. I love this book. As I read it, I feel I could have written it. The way that Kathryn writes and what she shares is exactly how I live my life. So it aligns so perfectly with my Live Yourself Young message. Is it possible to turn back the aging clock? Do you ever look in the mirror and wonder where the years have gone? I'm guessing that this is true for many of us, and you may be wondering what you can do. Of course, however much we may want to, we can't change our chronological age or the number of years that we've been on the planet for. However, we can appear more youthful and wind back the years by having vitality, youthfulness, and gorgeous glowing skin. Our biological age shows how our bodies are wearing and is a truer measure of your health rather than those ticking years. Our lifestyles can play a big part in determining this. Making good choices can wind back the clock, while poor lifestyles may see us age beyond our years. This means that you don't have to look your age. You can be as young as you feel, or as young as you want to feel. This book will share how you can remove your mirror image, how you can be more beautiful and simply glow. I'm just going to read a couple more paragraphs to give you a taste of what it is all about and see if it is a book that could help you start your healthy eating plan. How to use Rejuvenated. In the first half of the book, you'll find the information you need to help you to make the best choices for your health and well-being. You'll understand what you should avoid, and you'll also be empowered with the knowledge to switch on your youth factor. The second half of the book has a 4-week healthy eating plan to set you on your way. This includes menus, a food diary, and shopping lists. If you're feeling eager and want to start straight away, then you can always skip straight to this section. Are you ready to join me? Let the magic begin. Shine from the inside out. I want to share how you can look and feel amazing right now, and how to combine with all the benefits of health and longevity. It might sound like a mountain to climb, but I promise that we will get there, and it's easier than you may think. Together we can and will do this. In the Western world, medical advances mean we're all living longer, but that's not the only thing that matters. The quality of health we enjoy should be important too. For me, the key is in having life in your years, rather than simply years in your life. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to Live Yourself Young and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next tip towards getting a flatter tummy. And as always, I will see you next time.